None can destroy an iron, but its own rust can. Likewise, none can destroy a person, but his own mindset can. A warm evening to the respected dignitaries, my beloved juniors, and my dear friends. Myself, P. Ruchita from Senior Intermediate. So, without wasting time, today I have got a question that is education system churning in India? So, let's put this question aside for some time and let me ask you all a question that what is education? What is the real purpose and significance of education in our daily lives? Like most of us hear from our parents, from our friends, and from our society that you should be educated, you should get good education so that you'll be successful, you'll earn a lot, you'll have a great future. But any one of them explain us what is the real meaning of education? What is the real purpose of education in our lives? Okay, let me put my view on this. Real education is something beyond degree. So that education helps us to determine what is wrong and what is right. So education gives us a path to choose something which we have passion about it and to be successful in life. So education makes us good citizens, good human beings. Education gives us power to change and bring up the society, the country, and whole world as well. So education is not something that we, something we learn in schools, colleges, and universities or etc. education institutions, but we'll be educated from our family. We'll be educated from our friends. We'll be educated from our experiences. We'll be educated from everywhere. So education is everything and education is everywhere. Okay, so let me answer to this question that is education system churning in India? So for this question, my answer would be absolutely not yes, absolutely not no. So let me elaborate my answer. Why absolutely not yes? The first and foremost point I want to include is exclusion of ethics, moral values, and life lessons. So whatever the books we read in our educational institutions doesn't include the ethics, life lessons, and moral values. Even if they are included, our teachers neglect of saying those lessons to us. They think that they're of time waste. But what our teachers think that teaching maths, physics, chemistry, biology, etc. subjects in advanced way to students, gives great future to students. But does that really benefit students? So, if we go back to the past, these ethics, moral values, life lessons were included in the textbooks. Like Panchatantra stories were included in past textbooks, but they were excluded now. This is the biggest loophole in our education system. The second point is the facts. Do you all know that a student commits suicide per hour in India? This is so horrible to hear. So did you know lack of emotional support from parents and teachers? And recently, if you see the cases like, NEET paper leak case and CBSE paper leak case. So here the fate of the students is uncertain. And, the students' voices are suppressed. And the truth is concealed. Next, the third point is lack of uniformity. We have 4 major educational boards in India. That is ICSE, CBSE, State Board, and IB. So yes, this is a positive of our Indian education system because India is the only country which provides a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices to students to choose in their career, whatever the path they want. But it has some loophole that the CBSE has agreement with all competitive exams that their syllabus should be included in all competitive exams. But students from rural areas are dependent on state board. Even most of my friends who studied in state board, they are lagging behind to read NCERTs. But we who have studied in CBSE are in advance to read NCERTs. So for this, the government is responsible. Next, the fourth point is lack of emphasis on creating thinkers. Our schools, our colleges, our teachers, they simply believe in conventionally performing their duties. They simply encourage the persons, the students who get higher grades by writing whatever as taught in the class, but thinking the persons who think differently, who write differently, who are in creative way, they're not encouraged. And here is it's not the end. We must speak. Like the parents, the students, the employers, the teachers should aggressively demand the institution to produce the capable and quality candidates into the society, and instead of awarding the meaningless certificates and degrees. And you know what our Indian parents usually do? Like this, if their children are studying in some government schools, if the government school is not producing quality education to students, then they simply take off their children and shift their work to private schools. If private schools are not providing quality and quality education or effective education, then they simply join their students, they join their children to the tuition. So that the parent thinks that the tuition acts as a savior to their children. But is really the child is benefiting at all? No. And also, the students are pressurized to go to abroad and pursue their higher studies due to poor quality of education in India. Why this situation to India? And also, how is our education process is there? Our education is our education system is based on theory and not in application. And also, our education system is, the primary focus of our education system is on herd mentality. Like the Indian parents, the teachers and Indian parents, they simply join the children into some engineering college, some medical colleges by saying that our relatives have joined, they just go, you'll have a great future, you just become an engineer, you just become a doctor, you'll have a great future. But if you observe here briefly, individualism is not encouraged. Youth are not encouraged to think freely, to pursue their own, own path on which they'll be successful. So, despite of these all loopholes, why absolutely not no? So, despite of all these loopholes, our education system, our Indian education system is striving hard to provide quality, effective education to the students. It's striving very hard, and it has implemented so many schemes, policies, acts to bring up the youth, to bring up the innovation, creativity from the youth, which include like National Education Policy 1986, Right to Education Act 2009, Midday Meal Scheme, and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Even our women education system, the literacy rate of women has been improved from past to the present. And Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, National Education Policy 2020, which focuses on practical application, and which gives early childhood care and education, and which gives the creative way of learning. And youth, we have Skill India Mission, Youth Parliament Scheme, and what not. Even our Indian government is also striving hard to bring up the youth, to bring up the innovation, to bring up the creativity from the youth. So you just imagine a nation where where the youth is frustrated and where there is a jobless growth. It's so horrible to imagine. And a young nation with an amazing workforce but with an inept education system will never shine, according to me. So I just want to suggest some remedial measures. Yes, the government is trying so hard to improve our education system, to churn out our education system. Just implement the schemes and acts and policies strictly so that education will not be a business, but it will be equally accessible to everyone. And the youth should have the enough maturity to choose their own path, to pursue their own passion in which they have interest. If you have interest in chemistry, go there. If you have interest in physics, you just go to that path. If you have interest in arts, just go. And finally, the parents and teachers, just leave the youth freely. Let them think. Let them choose their own path in which they are interested. So, just leave the youth freely and let them think and let them pursue their own passion and let the nation rise. Thank you.